Hi, my name is Anna. If I haven't met you before, I am the leader of a group called Wild Abundant Life. We meet in Facebook every so often, and we have a group in there that talks about essential oils and how to use them and natural products from doTERRA. And it's not just me that runs this group. It is a whole group of ladies who also work with doTERRA and also use essential oils and supplements in their everyday life. And so we've just cultivated and curated a really beautiful group of ladies. And I'm so glad you're part of that. I'm really glad you're here with me tonight. Either you're here in person with me on Zoom or you're watching the recording later. I'm really glad that you're here because I love that people have oils in their house. I love that you're making the choice to be more natural and use better options. But if we purchase them and they sit on the shelf, it's just a waste of money. Okay, so I want you to feel really confident reaching for them, knowing which ones to do. And once you get the hang of it, you really notice that it becomes intuitive. You know what those oils are used for more and more and more. You really become an expert of your own wellness. If you have a family, you become an expert for them too. It's really a neat, intuitive, gradual thing that happens that you'll notice a year from now. If you're consistent, you will be an expert in essential oils. It's that simple, okay? So just keep using them. Just keep coming to this class. If you are a personal customer of me or anybody else in this group, you're also able to stock up on these classes. We have a series of 8 continuing education classes. And when you come to a class, there will be a link to a questionnaire at the end of the class, and it will give you a stamp on your punch card, more or less. So once you get all 8 classes, I'm going to send you a free diffuser. It's as simple as that, okay? So there you go. If you're not yet a customer, see me after class. I can help you get set up. It's a really simple thing. Being a wholesale customer gets you 25% off anytime you order from doTERRA, and there's no monthly mandatory orders or anything like that. So it's a really good membership with a bunch of perks. And if you're going to be consistent with your oils and you're going to be making this change, it's a really good option for you. Okay. So if you registered for this class, those of you who are here with me live, you did register for this class. I sent you an email with a printable. If you're watching this later and you don't have that, just send me a response to this recording and I can send it to you. I can't bulk send it, so I do have to have those registrations or I have to know who wants it. Otherwise, I'd be sending it out to the hundreds of people one at a time who are on my mailing list, and that doesn't seem reasonable. Okay, so I love the way this thing starts. Actually, I'm gonna be looking at my own printout, but I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so on your handout, you have 3 different kinds of pain. I know there's a lot of pain out there. Okay, we're gonna talk about 3 specifics tonight, unfortunately, I've been able to circle 10 on every single one of these, but thank goodness that is not where I am right now. So we have chronic pain. When you're talking about chronic pain, it's really about an every single day kind of situation, whether you have a disease or an injury that's just permanent. Emotional pain. Emotional pain a lot of times manifests as physical pain also. And then we have, and I guess it's 1 to 10, 10 being, absolutely unbearable. And then we have occasional pain. I have good days, I have bad days. I would say like a temporary injury even, or, maybe one of those things that just crops up every once in a while would be considered occasional pain. I had a back injury from my pregnancies, and there were some days where I couldn't even sneeze without throwing my back out. So definitely have been down that path. Never want to go back. Never want to go back to that. But back then, I did not have the tools that I'm going to be sharing with you guys tonight. And this is just for yourself, just to self-assess. Maybe in a few months, if you, start using the supplements or start using these oils to help reduce some of that pain, you'll be able to circle a different number. Okay, so when we're talking about natural wellness, it's great to know where you're going to start. You can't always just completely change your lifestyle, okay? So what we have here is which body systems need the most support. So maybe it is your respiratory system. I know some of you are dealing with post-COVID stuff. You really want to get your lungs healthy again, okay? This is called like a wellness pyramid. And it's not necessarily like you have to start with eating right and then exercise and weight management and then rest and then reducing your toxic load. But what they've decided, what they're showing us here is that bottom piece of the pyramid is literally the most important change that you can make, okay? Because your entire body is made up of cells. These cells die and they're recreated over and over and over. Your body is in the restoration business, okay? You are a machine that is constantly restoring itself. It's a really incredible thing, but if we're not feeding our bodies the right thing, the building blocks that machine needs to create a better version of yourself or a healthier version, it's not gonna have what it needs. So in 7 years from now, when your entire body is a completely different set of cells, you're either going to be a sicker version of yourself or you're going to be a healthier version of yourself, okay? That's just how it works. It has nothing to do with calories. It has everything to do with the actual nutritional elements of your diet, okay? There are many, many obese people who are absolutely starving to death. Okay, so it's not a calorie thing. We get way off base there. I was absolutely starving. My brain was starving. I was mentally losing my mind. And it was because I wasn't eating food, okay? I wasn't eating food. I was counting calories and eating junk. Okay, so the foundation of all health is what builds the strongest body. And what builds the strongest body is the fuel that you put inside of it, okay? Everything we eat either feeds disease or it fights disease. We can support our body and change the way we feel by using doTERRA's #1 selling product, Lifelong Vitality. I've taken a lot of supplements in my life. I've never had the results that I've had from this group of supplements. The 3 supplements that you have here, and we talk about these every single time because they're at the bottom of this pyramid for a reason. It's foundational. The Alpha CRS is a cellular vitality complex that is going to help you get more energy. It's got antioxidants, great for brain fog. The E omegas, those are your brain oils, the fish oils and the seed oils. It's got I don't know if you guys have taken fish oil before and had that burping thing where you can taste it all day long. I've never once tasted fish after taking this fish oil. And then we have the vitamins and minerals, and we could do a very good job. We could be completely vegan. We could watch our macros and our micros and eat exactly what we need to, but we're still going to be lacking in some areas. And this is just the vitamin mineral complex, the Microplex VMZ, it's a great fill in the gaps kind of thing, okay? What does this have to do with pain? Chronic pain. The LLV supplement pack provides a healthy response to oxidative stress, okay? Some people remember it this way, is that your body is rusting from the inside, okay? I think that's maybe a little too simplistic, but there you go. It supports bone health with calcium, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin D. And actually, there is another supplement that is really good for bone health. It's called the Bone Nutrient. I might remember to tell you about that later, but if you're interested in that, ask me later. And then also healthy joint function and comfort. Emotional pain. Your brain needs to be fed in order to be emotionally healthy, okay? Some of us are dealing with emotional pain because our chemicals are just off, and that can be triggered by a number of things, okay? Some of us are experiencing emotional pain because something really tragic happened and we haven't been able to process through that. Both of those are perfectly valid, okay? But eating right and taking a really good high quality supplement like the LLV is a very good way to get through both of those situations. Mental clarity, brain function, the omega-3 fatty acids are a major part of it. And gut health is also a major part of emotional health as well. And then we've got lipid oxidation that it protects it against, and function of the brain, eyes, and nervous system. And then occasional pain. I have noticed personally that I run into a lot less occasional pain, whether it's from working out or getting hurt. But when you're getting the nutrition that you need, you're not going to experience those things as often. Powerful foundational support of vital minerals and vitamins to keep your body performing at a peak performance. Optimal nutrition protects your body, like I was saying, and it also helps speed up recovery when you do find yourself in trouble. Okay. A lot of the things we're going to be talking about are what you can do to address pain when it happens. So LLV, lifelong vitality, nutritional supplements, those are more of a preventative, and they're just a part of just living cleaner and getting your body ready and being the most functional that you can. But when you are ready to address pain, a lot of times we're told you need this medication and you need this medication, and you need to take a couple of these and you take a couple of those. But let's just talk about some of the dangers of doing that, and specifically prescription pain meds. Prescription pain meds are the cause of more death than car accidents. They are considered safe, especially by teens, because they were prescribed and they are legal. I don't know if you guys have any family members who have dealt with the addiction of these things, but it is a very serious thing. It gives a false sense of euphoria, which is temporary, but it can quickly lead to addiction. Withdrawal symptoms are not pleasant. There are some that you actually need to see a doctor before you stop taking. But we're talking about insomnia, leg spasms, vomiting, diarrhea, cold spasms. We can actually address some of those things, especially if you're seeing a doctor and you just have these extra things that are going on, and we can address those with some natural options. They're overprescribed. Sometimes they shut down your digestive system. There's a reason they're so prevalent, even though they're so dangerous, and that's because they're just easier, okay? When you're talking about natural options, you're talking about really changing your body from the inside out, really supporting your body's ability to heal itself. And when you're talking about a prescription type drug, you're talking about overriding your body's nervous system. You're turning down those pain sensors. And so it's really a completely different approach. It takes a little bit longer to feel sometimes that physical change. Some tips for weaning off pain meds. It's not on here, but talk to your doctor, absolutely. Increase your water intake. Drink 4 liters of water with either grapefruit or lemon oil. Those are really good cleansing oils. I usually drink a glass about this big, about 4 or 5 times a day, and I just put 1 or 2 drops of either lemon or grapefruit in that. Grapefruit is amazing for the digestive system and actually a bunch of systems. It's even better for women than it is for men, so it's a good one. Replace the habit. I would say this is a great thing to try regardless of whether you're talking about pain meds or anything that you're trying to change. You can't just quit something cold turkey. You really need to replace it with something else. So try a new healthy habit every time your body wants a quick fix. For example, fill your diffuser and take 10 deep breaths. Do 10 push-ups, take a walk and get fresh air, drink a glass of water, and over time you can form new neuro pathways. And that, when you're talking about a neuro pathway, that's what natural options really do. They train your body to respond to a different stimulus, whereas a prescription is going to chemically alter how your body responds. When you're doing it naturally, you're retraining your body, and it does take time. Imagine you're on the Oregon Trail and you've gone after, thousands of people before you, and your wagon wheels want to keep going into that rut. Your body is exactly the same way. It's used to going, responding to the same thing the same way. But you can actually teach your body to respond. An example would be if you fill the diffuser and put a certain oil on each night, and you take your Serenity and your copaiba soft gels right before bed, your body will start to respond to those things even before the oils start working chemically within your body. Okay, so you're retraining your body to do this a different way. Take LLV and additional supplements. This is going to help alleviate your symptoms while detoxing. And then surround yourself with support, especially if this is something you're emotionally attached to. Obviously, changing your environment is important. Oops, I went too fast. And, just take a look at the people you surround yourself with. Do they lift you up or do they bring you down? Okay, so this is something a little bit new to me. If you were part of our Facebook group, you might have seen that I experimented a little bit with Symphony of the Cells while Donnie was having massive COVID issues. We were trying to bring his fever down. We were trying to reduce his pain. We were trying to support his respiratory system. And so I looked into this book called Symphony of the Cells. It is... it's basically, we're under the understanding that the spinal column is in charge of many different, what am I trying to say? Many different pathways for the body, okay? So we've got pain, we've got the immune system. We have a lot of different things that we can address by putting oils directly on the spine. Okay, so this is very new to me. We just tried it, but we had amazing results when we did it for Donnie when he was sick. So I'm just gonna go through a really quick how-to. Symphony of the Cells is all about the spine. You can actually put them on the feet if you're helping somebody who maybe doesn't want to take their shirt off for you, or you can rub them on your own feet this way. But it's about layering oils that work together to do the same thing. Okay, so this one is for inflammation specifically. What you're going to do is each one you're going to put 2 to 3 drops up the spine. So you start at the base of the spine and go, 1, 2, 3 up to the neck, and then you rub. And I think I put a video in our group, but if you have a question about that, I can show you that. But you rub up the spine a few times, and then you rub in big circles all the way up. So you start with frankincense, okay? Frankincense is a driver oil. It makes all the other oils work better because your body responds to it very, very quickly. Then you're going to go with a carrier oil like coconut oil. Melaleuca comes next, or tea tree. That's the same thing. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4, right up the spine. The carrier oil makes everything last longer. It makes everything go farther. Okay. It actually helps drive into the skin better also. Next, wintergreen. Wintergreen is a great one for inflammation and pain. After that is the massage blend, which is called Aroma Touch. Lemongrass, white fir, helichrysum. You can imagine this is a lot of different smells. So you put it up the spine, you put it in your hand and have them smell it. That's what these little pictures are here. Let them smell it. And then anything extra, you can put it on their feet. This is great for kids also. If you're doing kids, I'd probably do just 1 or 2 drops per. The soothing blend is deep blue and then peppermint last, okay? If you can imagine, this is a ton of different smells, but there's something, I mean, our bedroom smelled for days afterward. There's something about it, the kind touch, the way that it's right on the spine. It helps stimulate the lymphatic system, digestive system. It's a really good mix of physical, emotional response, okay? Does anybody need more time for this one? Are we good? Okay, I would definitely suggest trying this. How often to do this? They say do it every 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so it's not something you would do every day. When Donnie was super sick, we did it twice, okay? And we did get a response from it. He ended up in the hospital anyway, but we got a very positive response from it. 2 to 3, every 2 to 3 weeks. And then if you're dealing with something specific, you could do it once a week. Okay. Okay, so here's a couple of just packages that you could try depending on which type of pain that you're going to have. I'm going to go through these one at a time. So we've got joint pain here, muscle pain, emotional pain, digestive pain, and then head tension. Okay, so one of the best antioxidants, and this is pretty well known, even outside of the wellness, natural wellness community, but one of the best antioxidants out there is turmeric. The problem is our bodies don't easily absorb powdered turmeric, and that's the type that's most readily available. So we're putting it in our soups, we're putting it in our rice, we're putting it in everything, but our body's only able to absorb a little bit of it, okay? And I don't know about you, but a ton of turmeric, that's a lot. It's a very earthy taste. So what doTERRA did, they did a lot of clinical studies, and they have to do their own studies because there's no drug company out there that's going to be doing this study. The FDA does not do studies on natural supplements because clinical studies are expensive and supplements can't be patented, okay? Anything in nature can't be patented. So if they can recreate it in the lab, they'll do the clinical studies. If they can't, that's why doTERRA has to do their own. But they did these studies in their labs, and they found out that if turmeric, the powder, and the oil were mixed together and taken at the same time, the body would absorb a lot more of it, okay? So they made these capsules, which... Do I have one? Yes. These are so cool. And then they went ahead and patented the way they made these. Take that. Okay. So if you can see, it has both in there. It has the oil and it has actually that one looks a little weird. Oh yeah, that's what they look like. And it has the powdered root in there also, okay? and that actually works to help with inflammation. Deep blue rub. If you don't have any and you experience any kind of physical pain, you need to get this stuff right now. Restless leg syndrome, joint pain. Joint pain for me was restless leg syndrome. Behind the knees, at the ankles, sciatic nerves, deep blue is amazing. One oil that I really like to layer with deep blue for intense areas of pain is lemongrass. So this is not one that is on this slideshow here. For some reason, lemongrass, which is already known as a good one for inflammation anyway, it's already known as a good pain reliever. When you layer lemongrass and deep blue, they work like a charm, okay? For menstrual pain, menstrual back pain, lemongrass, then deep blue is a really good combination. And then deep blue polyphenols. This is a supplement. It doesn't actually have any of the same ingredients as the deep blue rub or the deep blue oil, but the three of them are used in conjunction, okay? So it has turmeric extract in it. It has ginger, green tea, pomegranate, grape seed extract, and a couple other root extracts, peppermint, okay? So what this one does, and you can actually use this instead of the oh my gosh, my brain is not right today. The alpha CRS. So if you're taking supplements and you're like, man, this is a lot of supplements, okay? You can actually just get the E omega and the vitamin and mineral complex as a pack and then add this one to it, okay? This one's pricey. It's pricey, so is the alpha CRS. They're a good swap because some of the things that they have in them they're just harder to get, okay? But if you do end up getting the Lifelong Vitality Pack, so I think this is like $79, something like that. It's a hard pill to swallow financially sometimes, okay? There's a couple of ways around that if you have a membership. So if you order the Lifelong Vitality Pack, it's like $79, but you can add on 3 more things to this one for a discount. So you can add on another E omega for $20. You can add on another VMZ for $20, and you can add on one of these for $20. Okay, so it's not just lumped as a discounted set. It also gives you the opportunity to get a couple of those other ones. So don't pay full price for this baby. Buy it with LLV and save a ton of money, or buy it with your points too. I think you can buy it with 80 points too. Muscle pain, we have the turmeric again. We're gonna add copaiba to this one. Copaiba is one of those, now I don't know, are people still using that? Never mind. But copaiba is one of those that actually talks to your nervous system, okay? The same way that cannabis does, actually. They're not related at all, but what they found out was there is a receptor in your body called a cannabinoid receptor, and it actually turns down the pain in your body. That is one reason that people are so crazy about the cannabis or the hemp oils or whatever it is, but copaiba does the same thing. It's cheaper. It actually works faster with less volume of the oil, and it's not at all related to those plants that may be problematic, okay? So anybody anybody in government, anybody who has a police job, anybody like that, they are, I think in the Army even, they're not allowed to use any of those other oils, but you can absolutely use copaiba. So that is a great one for muscle pain, and that could be temporary muscle pain, or maybe you're dealing with this chronically. Marjoram is great. Marjoram is not only great for muscle pain, but it's also great for just swelling, helping reduce inflammation. And I know some people who use it on their varicose veins as well. And then we have Deep Blue Rub again. It's a good one. Okay, so let's talk about emotional pain just for a minute. One really important thing to start doing if you are dealing with this, okay, is to get yourself a diffuser, maybe get yourself a few extra diffusers. Smell is the fastest way that our body adjusts emotionally. There are so many receptors in our nose. There's so many memory receptors, hormone receptors, and emotional receptors. Right back there, I think it's called the hypothalamus, is the thing that senses smells and then triggers those memories, those hormones, and those emotional responses. So diffusing is really, really important. It's not, I'm gonna smell this smell and then I'm gonna go into this magic happy place. It's really, again, you're teaching yourself a natural pathway for a new response, okay? The adaptive trio here. The capsules, let's start with those, okay? Okay, so this is one that you would take daily or as needed. I personally love to take the adaptive blend if I have a big event to go to. I tend to panic in crowded situations, and I have not once panicked or caused a scene while taking adaptive capsules, okay? The adaptive 5 milliliter is great in the diffuser. And then if you're somebody who just is dealing with emotional pressure of any kind, I would definitely keep that roller in my purse at all times, okay? The Elevation blend is great. It smells incredible. You can wear it as a perfume. And then frankincense, which is just, again, it's wonderful for all parts of your body. It makes all the other oils work better. Frankincense is so good. And the way you're going to use that one for emotional support is by putting it under your tongue and putting it on your wrists, okay? It doesn't taste good. It's going to tell you that, but you will start to recognize it as something that helps you feel grounded and helps you feel, I don't know, your body just starts to crave frankincense somehow. Digestive pain. Pterozyme is a natural plant enzyme that helps your body break down foods. So if you have certain foods that you might be a little bit sensitive to, pterozyme is going to help you break those down, and it's also going to help you absorb the nutrients of your vitamins and food better, okay? PB Assist is a probiotic. It's kind of double encapsulated, just like that turmeric capsule I told you about. It has the probiotic on the inner capsule, and then the outer capsule has a prebiotic, and it's meant to get all the way down to your intestines before it opens up. So instead of dying in your stomach like most probiotics do, it gets where it's supposed to be. Digestin, the way you use that is you can take it internally, you can. I personally like to use that one topically. Also Tamer, I like to use those topically. We put them right in the belly button or swipe them wherever the discomfort is. A lot of times, if you are dealing with emotional pain, you may get some issues right along your esophagus. You put Digestin and Tamer where it hurts, okay? So that's a really good topical one. My children don't like Digestin because it's a little heavy on the peppermint. They're kind of sensitive to it topically. The Tamer is a really good answer to that. That's from the kids line. And then the enteric capsulated, or enteric, what do you call those? Coated soft gels with the peppermint. Those, again, are designed to get all the way to the small intestines before they dissolve. They smell really strange because the coating on these is tough enough to get past your stomach acid, okay? And if you're going to take peppermint, these peppermint capsules, make sure you take those 20 to 30 minutes before you eat. If you take them after you eat, you're going to have a traffic jam situation and it won't get to where it needs to be, okay? But this is also one of those things, if you are already taking one kind of medication and then it starts messing with your digestive system, there's just this cycle that happens, okay? And then you've got pain and you're gonna take something else for the pain. You're gonna take something else for the constipation or whatever it is. These are really good natural options to avoid some of those things, okay? And then anything, migraine, head tension, start with LLV, again, the Lifelong Vitality, but copaiba, because of how it interacts with the nervous system, you're gonna go with copaiba. You're gonna go with frankincense because it makes all the other oils work better. Past tense, okay? Past tense is a roller with, do I have one right here? Yeah, with a bunch of different oils in it. This one works like magic, okay? This one, during the summer, I have migraines all the time because I'm super sensitive to the heat. This is my perfume in the summer. It cools me and it actually helps. So the oils that are in this one are wintergreen. You're going to recognize pain oils over and over and over. They are the same ones over and over. So wintergreen is a great pain oil. Lavender is a great pain oil. Peppermint, frankincense, cilantro, marjoram, Roman chamomile, basil, and rosemary, okay? We haven't talked much about basil here, but as far as topical pain goes, basil is a really good one. We use it on our kids' ear pain, and I sometimes will even use it as like a menstrual pain kind of a situation. But it shocks me every time I use basil topically for pain. It's magic. And then eucalyptus. So the idea that when you're using eucalyptus is that you really need oxygen in order to heal and to help with inflammation. And so take those deep breaths, get some eucalyptus, put it on your temples, put it in your diffuser, take those deep breaths and feel better, okay? All right, we're gonna stop here, okay? I've given you a ton of information. I've given you a ton of different ideas for using these oils and products to help with pain, whether it's temporary, whether it's something that you always deal with. There are actually more things that you can use for pain, but I think this is a really good place to start. Again, if you have 40 different things that are going wrong with your body, I don't want you to take 120 different kinds of oils and supplements, okay? Start with the very basic. Start with the nutritional aspect. Change your diet, get a little bit more exercise, try the LLV, and then after a few weeks, whatever's left over, that's what you can address with extra oils and supplements, okay? Our next class is essential skincare. This is a good one. Of course, I say that every time. We're going to be talking about the lines that doTERRA has for skincare specifically, and then we're also going to talk about just some individual oils that you can use. I'm going to share a couple DIYs that I use anyway, so you can register by clicking on this link right here. It's going to be another Zoom class just like this, January 13th at 8 o'clock. And we do Wednesday nights because my kids are at church and my two little ones are in there with their dad. And we all work from home, so we have to share all the spaces. And then if you are one of our wholesale customers and you are working towards a free diffuser, the punch card, what do I call those? The questionnaire. You can just fill that little form out right there. The questions are pretty easy, I hope. And then I will keep track of who has taken which classes and who's done the forms on those ones there. Great. All right, if we don't have any other questions, I'm gonna let you guys go. Just so you know, I am gonna mention we have a Q&A on Facebook at 11 a.m. every Friday. If you have questions for me, you can send them to me personally. You can put them on the Facebook group, and I try to answer as many of those as I can in 30 minutes or so. And then we also have some new products that are coming out. If I get a good handle on those, I'll share those with you on Friday as well. These are going to be all nutritional, like protein powders and fiber powders and things like that. So it's a totally new line that doTERRA is coming out with, but they're taking it seriously when we say we want more nutritional options. Okay, so we're going to be doing that on Friday as well. Y'all, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. It was nice to see you. I'm so glad to be back. It's been a rough month. But we are doing way better. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.